Well, good evening, everyone. Having gone through a shallow research, I have learned a bit more information in line with the PSM's vision. I have discovered that the world over is quite a number of medical societies and medical complexes. However, these tend to be more distributed in the developed countries, and for this reason, the countries have a medical system response which is well above average. The medical societies focus mainly on research and are also service providers, but mostly for special cases which may have new symptoms and are not easily diagnosed. The cases provide a platform for the various practitioners to engage research, sampling, and obtain different forms of data, which is later used to develop new medicines, diagnosis, and recommendations on how the communities should raise awareness levels to such cases. The greatest advantage is that the complex or society contains experts in various angles in medicine, and it would take less time to organize meetings, gather around for research, and consult different arms which may be concerned. To take a more common example, the Chinese ophthalmologist Dr. Li Wenliang, who was also a master of medicine, was the first doctor the world over to raise alarms over the new coronavirus. Dr. Li was a doctor working at Wuhan Hospital, and on 30 December 2019, Dr. Li issued an emergency warning to local hospitals about a number of mysterious pneumonia cases. On the same day, he also received a diagnostic report confirming that he had already contracted the new virus. He was dubbed a whistleblower when that shared report later circulated publicly, despite him requesting confidentiality from those he shared the information with. After a few weeks after this, the same virus became a world pandemic. This clearly shows a breakdown in the connection of medical practitioners in the medical globe. When this virus was discovered, the patients were to be isolated earlier and had various tests taken and research engaged to conclude various methods on how to develop awareness and new medicine to the new disease which was discovered. A lot more examples can be cited on this matter. The world over is quite a number of medical societies which have massive achievements. They paint a clear picture of the power of unity of purpose and demonstrate the potential achievements that the world may obtain through such medical societies and complexes. Although they are usually small in size, they offer the best service in the medical space. They discover new symptoms and diagnoses to various diseases. They work hard to make sure that all potential pathogens are identified and grouped. Then research is done intensively as to the cause and the origin of the causative agent, and that people all over stay informed on how to protect themselves and how to get treated. One of the largest medical complexes in the world, which is called Texas Medical Center, is at the forefront of advancing life sciences. It nurtures cross-institutional collaborations, creativity, and innovation, because they say, together we can push the limits of what is possible. It has achieved a lot of things since, and has become home to one of the largest children's hospitals and cancer hospitals. It delivers a child every 20 minutes on average, and around 26,280 births per year. It begins a surgery approximately every 3 minutes. This is achieved successfully only if medical practitioners work together. A lot more examples can be cited, among which are the GMS Clinic, the MEDSI, the Award Medical Complex, the UCLNA Medical Society, the Guinean Medical Society, the Gondal Medical Complex, among much more others. Having shown clearly that the world is drifting towards a new form of hospitals in form of societies and complexes, it is now evident that the preference to this design of medical facilities will drive our world into a better world with better medical security. The reasons why the usual typical hospitals is dissolving slowly is because it is a system that works on ordinary knowledge and ordinary methods without doing much research. Education is also limited, and practitioners tend to work independently from each other. This is good if our society had the same diseases and the same medical threats every day. However, with the changing world, where the world is discovering new diets, forms of energy, and new lifestyles, the medical sphere is expected to gear up and engage in continuous research, design, preview, and review of natural and medical ways of maintaining public health. The main objective of medical complexes and societies is to allow doctors to decide how best to treat the patients. It is what makes the development of new medicines, new procedures, and new tools possible. Without research, we would not be able to decide if new treatments are better or are worse than the current ones. It necessitates also the availability of better understanding to human physiology and disease pathophysiology. Inasmuch as our countries are military equipped, we equally need to be medically equipped, ready to fight the invisible enemies called pathogens and diseases. So in essence, medical societies should not only provide medical care, but more so focus on massive and exhaustive research to constantly upgrade and review our medical approaches to various disorders. As a vision much focused on medicine, the targeted society must be designed in such a way that fits perfectly to address the raised concerns. The main goal is to have a relevant, effective, and qualified society, which may even have other characteristics more than those raised earlier. However, the society will maintain simplicity in terms of size, as pointed out in the earlier report, for management and portability to be effectively observed. The society seeks to provide the services which are not common and readily available, solving the extreme medical complications. The main objective is research, improvement of service, promotion of interaction between different medical experts, and link medicine with other boards of the society. It seeks to shun all forms of negligence, whereby whistleblowers like Dr. Lee are given a deaf ear when alarms are raised on any suspected medical threats. The society will in essence be driven by the mistakes and weaknesses across the medical field, so that we will not suffer from the same problems twice. Public health will be considered at highest levels, and exhaustive countermeasures put in place to protect our dear lives. Such medicine and the hospitals are meant for the people, and PSMS will work hard to make sure that the communication between the medical field and the populations is always intact through education and reaching out to the vulnerable people. PSMS will also work to strengthen the weak sides of our medical forces, making sure that there is a balance in the way medical threats are eradicated. In Zimbabwe right now, it is predicted that every ophthalmologist has to offer service to around 425,000 people. This shows that the service provided by the eye care is far below average and needs to be bailed out. Zimbabwe has had a lot of non-governmental organizations stepping in and importing foreign skill to offer surgery and treatment services to large numbers of patients with cataracts, glaucoma, trauma, among others. With such a situation at hand, a medical society like PSMS will be a good idea and would put more focus on ways to improve service provision in the eye care sector. Various other sectors may be considered where the idea of collectivism and unity of purpose will work perfectly. PSMS will also work on promoting research through various methods and derived from periodic identification of skill and giving awards to appreciate talents in the community. In the ophthalmology field, such culture exists with things like the Association of Research in Vision and Ophthalmology, ARVO, which played such a role since 1949 up to date. The Becker's Hospital has also seen a total of 52 outstanding ophthalmologists receiving special nominations in their respective achievements. Their various researches has brought a new dawn in the treatment of eye diseases and a new approach towards problem solving in the medical field as a whole. PSMS will also work to improve such a culture so that a constant development is seen across the medical divide. These, among others, are the purposes and objectives of the PSMS vision. The vision developer is currently a medical student and has an ambition to shift attention into ophthalmology after completing the current course. Ophthalmology is a challenging but interesting field of medicine whose base requirement is a medicine and surgery degree. It has a tendency of creating a generation of researchers who have interest in more than one field of study, since they are qualified general doctors and specialists. Ophthalmology is also a field which has other specialties, providing room for those who want to research further to freely do so. This is why doctors like Dr. Lee had a chance to discover the new virus which had less connection with ophthalmology. Ophthalmology also pays a huge respect to other arms of medicine, which can be demonstrated by the keenness of ophthalmologists to collaborate with other medical practitioners, which are usually dentists, neurologists, and general doctors. By its main focus, the eye, it can be easily seen that ophthalmology is a mother to a very skilled group of medical practitioners who can successfully operate the eye, which is a very small organ, and restore vision. Ophthalmology is also closely linked to technology, and having said that, a keenness to learn new things constantly is expected of the ophthalmologists. Ophthalmologists also have a culture of working together, frequently sharing new information and having annual summits to engage in research, information, and discussion to promote relevancy of their service. The vision developer also seeks, through this vision, to pay a tribute to such a good culture and make sure that it is nurtured. With the connection being established between the people and technological gadgets like cell phones, computers, cars, and new forms of light energy, it is clearly established that ophthalmology is going to play a key role in the coming years to secure vision and promote sight. The vision developer wishes to be part of this great arm, but of course not alone if life is given. I thank you.